Hello and welcome to the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Kimani Saint-Jean. Coming up, the Forestry Division calls on Dominicans to hike for the cause of the mountain chicken. The Public Works Minister talks road rehabilitation, and construction work is now complete on the Chinese-funded agriculture station in 1 Mile Portsmouth. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after the break.
Hey, I had a good time in town last week with a pretty girl, man.
Hey, carry me next time when you're going now.
When we get paid Friday, we gonna go.
Careful, you might catch AIDS.
AIDS? Them girl pretty. Them girl can't get AIDS,
I
man.
think it's only ugly women have AIDS. Anybody could get it. If you get sick, what you gonna tell your wife?
Hey, your wife, come in.
Hey, change the topic. Change the topic.
Your family depends on you. Don't take home AIDS.
Do you have uncovered water storage drums around your home? Do you dispose of old tires, cans and old containers capable of holding water anywhere in your environment? Are you being bitten by mosquitoes, particularly at dusk and early morning? Do you keep houseplants in water? Do you spend your hard-earned cash to control mosquitoes? Has your community experienced dengue fever outbreaks? If your answer is yes to at least 3 questions above, you are at risk to dengue fever. Join the fight against dengue fever. The responsibility for a dengue-free Dominica lies with you. So, get rid of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
The facts as they are, brought to you every day. Only on GIS Channel 7.
Welcome back. In an organized effort to draw attention to the plight of the mountain chicken, the Forestry Division is putting on a hike next Saturday, August 31st, through the creature's natural habitats. Luke Harding of the Zoological Society of London is volunteering at the Forestry Division's captive breeding facility for the mountain chicken. He says in addition to the fungus, there exists other threats to the existence of Dominica's mountain chicken.
We believe you're probably looking on estimates of what we're monitoring at around 70 frogs that we've been looking at, which sounds a lot of frogs when you say it like that, but it's a minute number, not even a quarter of what used to be caught on a yearly basis. And these populations are very fragile. We are still aware that the fungus is here on the island, and these populations, where they're creeping back or there's some frogs remaining, they still come under threats of habitat destruction, people using methods of land management that aren't great, and unfortunately we still do get reports of illegal hunting. So the populations are extremely fragile, they are very critically endangered, and illegal hunting will wipe out the populations that are trying to recover.
Harding says despite those challenges affecting the population of the creature, as long as Dominicans understand the fragility of the species, there remains hope.
Dominica has a lot more hope than Montserrat, where the frogs are also found, where they are really low numbers, believed a maximum of 10 frogs left at maximum, which is a devastating number. We're in a little bit more of a fortunate position here currently in Dominica, but it is still an extremely fragile species. They're still not back to any form of numbers to consider anything but concern for the population, and we're at the very early stages of recovery. But the fact that there are some frogs left mean that Dominica and its people, there is a chance to save this species on Dominica, but it can only be done if everybody works together. Forestry, ZSL, all the partners alone can't do it. The general public of Dominica need to step up to help with land management and to stop illegal hunting, because without the cooperation, our project will be unsuccessful.
Amphibian technician Michael Sultan is coordinator of the hike carried for August 31st. Sultan says he is passionate about the preservation of the mountain chicken and has developed a love for the creature. This is evident by his participation in activities and trainings to increase his knowledge on the subject. Sultan recently traveled to Montserrat, where a 25-year action plan to save the mountain chicken was developed.
The whole aim is to go out on a walk in the forest, which is mountain chicken habitat. And we're going to have persons walk in the habitat of the forest on a hike, friendly hike. And the aim is to bring about an educational bit of the project and what actually we do with the frogs and the information that we can share about the frog. So there are certain points while we're on the hike, we will stop at different areas and just give a brief talk or brief informative speech about the project and the mountain chicken.
The hike is free and open to all ages. It is expected to become an annual event. This year's route is considered moderately difficult and runs from Belvoir to Soufriere along segment 2 of the Waitikobuli National Trail. Sultan says the time has come for Dominicans to actively participate in preserving this aspect of Dominican culture.
We have to understand that the mountain chicken is part of our culture. It's on the bank logo, the state college logo. It has a lot to do with our traditional culture, where it has been used in folk songs and person use it in Creole slangs. So Dominicans should take a pride in just saving the frog because it's a national icon. And not to forget as well, it's also on the coat of arm, showing that it is really important to the country.
To register for the first annual mountain chicken hike, contact the Forestry Division. 20 young women have completed an intermediate creative manicure and pedicure apprenticeship training program. The program was financed by the Government of Dominica through the Dominica Employment and Small Business Support Agency and implemented by MANS Limited.
The students were trained in two different aspects. The whole aspect of small business management, how to manage a business, how to manage their finances, how to deal with customers, and there was also an aspect of manicure and pedicure, dealing with issues of the hands and of the feet, and also taking care of the hands and the feet. Yeah? The program ran for 8 weeks. The program was a very interesting program, and we look forward to ongoing support and financing for the development of the participants in the program.
On Wednesday, GIS News met the students completing their practical examinations. Executive Director of the Dominica Employment and Small Business Support Agency, Alexander Stevenson, says theoretical sessions were expected to be held on Thursday.
The students will be exposed to writing some short answer essays, some multiple choice, and to express themselves in terms of how they would run their business, how they would receive customers, the quality of customer service that they would provide, as well as how they would go about marketing their businesses, and of course the budgeting, which is very critical, the money management aspect of the business.
GIS News also sought the impressions of some of the participants of the program.
I learned different skills in terms of how to place the acrylic and different techniques in terms of 3D with the acrylic itself, making designs with it like flowers, hats, and different other items.
I think it's a very good program where we could start up our own business, be our own entrepreneurs, be our own boss. So what I wish for everyone to do is like go out, well, my classmates, go out and see what they could do for themselves, because I know I'm going to try and start up my own business. So I would like to thank the Government of Dominica and MANS Limited for bringing forth this program to us.
So what I've learned, I would like to take it into practice in opening my own business. And Miss Morris has taught us a lot, and Miss Hurst, I'd like to thank them. And I'm looking forward in opening my own business.
I've learned a number of different techniques, including in manicure and pedicure. I've been doing nails for about 4 years now, and a lot of the things I've learned, I didn't really know about it. Okay, I've learned about proper business management. Okay, because soon I do wish to open a small business in manicure and pedicure. Okay, I've also learned 3D designs for acrylic nails, basic techniques in manicures and pedicures. That's what I've learned in the class.
The Dominica Employment and Small Business Agency commenced a 2-day training workshop on Thursday. This training aims to provide certificate training for future Small Business Development Center counselors and directors in Dominica. Alexander Stevenson, Executive Director of Dominica Employment and Small Business Support Agency, says the aim of the agency goes beyond just providing financial assistance.
We are the Dominica Employment and Small Business Support Agency. We are actually taking the level of development of small business to a next level, another stage of development. Instead of just giving you money in your hand, you would get the check, but we would hold your hand for at least 2-3 years with additional support services.
In an effort to increase its capacity, the agency has partnered with various stakeholders in Dominica. Together, they hope to glean valuable information from the facilitators of the United States and the Americas for the benefit of small business clients.
Because we are a small unit comprising just about 7 of us, we may not have the capacity to do everything for small business. And as a result of that, we have tagged along with the University of San Antonio in Texas, along with the Organization of American States, the United States government, as well as the Economic Development Unit of the University of San Antonio, so that we could have a number of our small business consultants and general managerial consultants and persons specialized in business development in Dominica to partner with us to understand the United States Small Business Development Center model, so that in the process of developing the small business client, areas that we don't have capacity in, the many of you who are here with us today would understand the Small Business Development Center model and be able to have our clients as your clients to be able to provide them with the critical services that we ourselves may not be able to provide.
The training session is the second of 4 modules and will cover subject areas such as the development of SBDC training programs, the promotion of SBDC in the community, SBDC Global and its role in the international expansion of SBDC, and the development of an SBDC operational plan for Dominica. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Employment, Trade and Diaspora Affairs, Karen Prevost, during her remarks, highlighted government's thrust to grow the small business sector.
The government of the Commonwealth of Dominica wants to ensure that there is a sustainable approach to the development of small business enterprises. Government is also cognizant of the importance of the small business sector as a vibrant contributor to the economic and social transformation of Dominica. The sector provides meaningful employment, skills transfer, and wealth creation, and diverse opportunities for all our people to participate in national development. Thus, government really sees Dominican entrepreneurs as vital domestic investors.
Prevost expressed a confidence in the ability of the facilitators to provide sound advice, as the United States has shown a history of success through the SBDC model.
Government believes that economic growth can be advanced through economic development or through entrepreneurial development. In this regard, we are particularly pleased that Dominica was able to secure one of the 5 spots within the Caribbean community for the SBDC model to be piloted. The literature on the US SBDC model indicates a solid history of close to half a century of success, and this literature also points out that the SBDC is the main source of technical and managerial assistance for small businesses in the United States, and its mission is to promote small business growth, innovation, productivity, and revenue through improvement to their business administration. A significant strength of the SBDC model that Dominica can immediately receive assistance from is its comprehensive market databases from North America and Latin America.
The training is conducted in collaboration with the University of Texas in San Antonio, the OAS, the Institute for Economic Development, and the Caribbean Export Development Agency. And road rehabilitation continues on road networks across the island. At a press conference on Thursday, Honorable Blackmore, Minister for Public Works, revealed plans for projects which will be undertaken to have all main roads in perfect condition in Dominica. He began with the plans for the eastern part of the island.
In terms of a holistic plan for the eastern part of the country, not only in terms of from Bajab going back into the White River, we have been able to secure, by way of a grant facility from the European Union, $6.5 million. And some major interventions will be undertaken for that segment of the road, that is to say from Bajab going all the way back into White River, a new bridge, in the White River area. And of course, as you know, in Boetica, river crossing, in Fiel, in River Sioux area. So a number of very important interventions will take place over there. And as you know, a very vulnerable area that poses tremendous challenges for us. Historically, isn't it, before it grows the area, and that area is very, very prone to landslide, etc. So we'll be doing some serious excavation and returning walls, and to ensure that there's protection to the road from the river in that area.
According to Blackmore, the government of Dominica has drafted a comprehensive plan for the improvement of the road network in Dominica. He says another area which needs attention is the Pocasset Road.
From Pocasset going back into Cassibrus, Petit Suffré, Caribbean Hatton Garden, this is a serious piece of undertaking that we must do. And it's the only government that has the plan and has the means to mobilizing the requisite resources to seriously undertake that project. We have also been speaking to the World Bank, and I heard the Prime Minister made pronouncement on the possibility of trying to source funds from the Chinese government loan facility that is, of course, available for the Caribbean Basin, and to the tune of over $3 billion. We believe that we can address that road once and for all. And you're talking about well over $140 million to properly do the road from Pocasset going back into Cassibrus, Petit Suffré, and of course the Caribbean Hatton Garden area.
And that's the English segment of the news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, ministère Public Works Honorable Rayburn Blackmore a critiqué bien fort opposition, manière qu'a critiqué projet gouvernement qu'a bâti développer pays là. Honorable Blackmore dit il est bien désappointé, garde opposition qu'a agi.
Vous pouvez dire aussi nous avons gaspillé l'argent pour casser, pour Cassibrus, Petit Suffré, Caribbean et Hatton Garden. Vous pouvez dire ça aussi. So, c'est bien important pour nous continuer à faire ça nous avons fait. Et venir nous espoir dominicain qui mettait confiance en Labour Party Reverse Carrot pour faire certain nous encore taper notre chance pour travailler pour eux. Puis c'est l'autre boucle là, vous pouvez parler en pile sorte, vous pouvez servir, vous pouvez gommer avec eux, vous pouvez dire si vous venez au office, vous pouvez stop géophémal, vous pouvez stop chimie, vous pouvez stop. Seul bagage vous pouvez stop pour mettre l'hôpital là en la main dominicain. Vous pouvez dire dominicain pour pour aller à l'hôpital, et payer pour service à l'hôpital là. So vous devez mettre l'hôpital là en disant yon board. Est-ce que vous comprenez? Nous avons bâti l'hôpital pour dominicain. Vous avez dit non, nous ne pas intéressés à l'hôpital là. Nous ne pas intéressés à l'hôpital là nous avons bâti pour dominicain. Mais nous qui mettons l'hôpital là en disant la main yon board. Et le dominicain pour payer pour aller à l'hôpital. So où ça moun si vous pas l'argent, vous pouvez rester caillou. So même bagage pour chimia. Si nous pas fait, qui qui fait. So ça bagage qui est bien important pour nous dominer.
En la nouvelle, ministre de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, qui a fait parole que le ministre de l'Éducation qui a implémenté TVET et PCVQ en l'école à pays là. C'est ce sujet là qu'a expecté pour avancer étudiants et puis en l'état.
Nous avons mis en lot attention en laissant nous créer skill development. Ça c'est là enfants jeunes moun dominicains ça apprendre en l'état électricité ou là yo ça fait charpentier ou bien agriculture crop production yo ça fait hard seamstress tailleur puisque nous avons qui nous pour mettre attention en développement ça nous avons holistic development Là, nous avons développé un mounia entièrement. Ce n'est pas vraiment pour bon mathématiques, mais si vous êtes en tailleur, ou ni pour connaître mathématiques, mais c'est faut faire délivrer à d'une manière professionnelle. Et jour du jour, tout en Caribbean là, et aussi tout en la terre, attention, nous mettons l'eau, attention à la skill development. La moun ça développer quoi yo, en apprendre en l'état, so yo ça sorti de l'école, quitter l'école et faire quelque chose qui yo ça engager quoi yo et aider l'économie pour nous faire meilleur.
En la nouvelle, et Banque Dominica a conduit un programme où il y a facilité compagnie qui registre ici en Dominique prend l'avantage loan et puis l'intérêt 5% pour investir en projet énergie. Programme qui banque là qui considère c'est solar énergie, ça c'est énergie soleil, hydropower, géothermique, ensemble et puis d'autres ressources renouvelables. Si l'on a parole qui sort de votre banque là, vous pouvez considérer bagay qui a ni potentiel pour baisser l'énergie, baisser pollution en environ là, faire payer là et puis secteur privé payer moins l'argent pour l'énergie et puis pour créer travail. Banque là a collaboré et puis Banque Développement Caraïbe pour tenir une semaine de sensibilisation en effort ça. Finalement, division jeunesse qui conduit d'autres programmes pour jeunesse pays là. Les programmes qui contenus en septembre. Parole cela sur l'officier jeunesse Bernard Bondev.
Also gardé pour d'autres places comme Marigot, Northeast, nous voulons faire un programme building maintenance. Nous avons déjà fait 2 ou 3 là, mais nous avons travaillé pour nous faire toujours un pays là, tous ces centers à Youth Division. Et bien, nous voulons montrer les gens pour monter bloc, pour mix concrete, pour faire un travail comme charpentier. Et bien, tous autres bits comme ça, so that at the end, you can start to travail. Si vous ne pouvez pas travailler en maçon, vous pouvez travailler en charpentier avec d'autres manières. So, ces areas-là, ça nous va garder pour nous faire un impact. Le septembre venu pour nous montrer jeunes gens différents skills pour ça apprendre quelque chose pour la reste dans la vie parce que ça yo apprendre c'est pas pour nous apprendre et ben nous j'avoue c'est ça c'est manière pour aller nous passons en cas dépendant les gouvernements et le public private sector pour faire travail ben nous pour faire travail pour nous même aussi so, c'est pour ça que nous va montrer c'est l'état là ça parce que nous voulons demain là yo qui passer en SUV en belle voiture et ben yo ka wave nous yo qui c'est ça ou fait ben moins. C'est ça qui fait mon SUV aujourd'hui. So, nous voulons jeunes monde point avantage because l'éducation n'est pas de seul côté. OK, so nous voulons encourager tout le monde pour registrer. Nous avons fait un annoncement là déjà. Chercher la Youth Division, chercher la Youth Center là, registrer pour ces programmes là qui vont venir en septembre.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
Thank you, McPherson. Colette Ambo now brings us a recap of the headline stories of the week.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, in collaboration with Bright Path Foundation, hosted a mobile application development workshop at the Dominica State College. The 5-day workshop included training in the development of Android applications. 4 regional governments, including that of Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, are working together for the implementation of the OECS Electronic Government for Regional Integration Project, or EGRIP. This project aims to promote efficiency, quality, and transparency of their public services. Also this week, the St. Mark's filling station was officially commissioned on Tuesday and will now grant the fishermen of Soufriere, Galion, and Scott's Head easier access to fuel for their boats. The over $300,000 filling station was funded by PDV Caribe Dominica Limited. It has been confirmed by a site visit by the Agriculture Minister that the construction of the Venezuelan-funded coffee processing plant is ahead of schedule. Excavation work has been completed and the process of filling and compaction is now ongoing. Due to industry-wide trends, the Clare Harbour is in the process of reorganizing operations at its Kinfield facilities. As a result, 243 employees of the company will be made redundant effective September 21st, 2015. On Tuesday, a technical team comprising of the WASCO engineers and officials, as well as representatives of the Colombian Agency for International Cooperation and IBEAM, visited the island's main rivers on fact-finding mission to existing and proposed hydrometric station sites. And 20 young women have completed an intermediate creative manicure and pedicure apprenticeship training program. The program was financed by the government of Dominica through the Dominica Employment and Small Business Support Agency and implemented by Mans Limited. Those are the headlines.
Your tip of the day is next.
Do you have uncovered water storage drums around your home? Do you dispose of old tires, cans and old containers capable of holding water anywhere in your environment? Are you being bitten by mosquitoes, particularly at dusk and early morning? Do you keep houseplants in water? Do you spend your hard-earned cash to control mosquitoes? Has your community experienced dengue fever outbreaks? If your answer is yes to at least 3 questions above, you are at risk to dengue fever. Join the fight against dengue fever. The responsibility for a dengue-free Dominica lies with you. So, get rid of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
A steaming bowl of a fresh cooked oatmeal is the perfect way to start off your day, especially if you are trying to prevent or are currently dealing with heart disease or diabetes. Oats, oat bran, and oatmeal contain a specific type of fiber known as beta-glucan. Study after study has proven the beneficial effects of this special fiber on cholesterol levels. Studies show that in individuals with high cholesterol, consuming just 1 bowl of oatmeal typically lowers total cholesterol by 8 to 23%. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Kimani. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.